A very good evening, everyone. Myself, Shauradip Odhikari, and it gives me immense pleasure to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to you all to today's enlightening session on new innovations towards a sustainable environment. In an era where climate change and environmental degradation are pressing global concerns, this topic holds immense relevance and urgency. Now, I would like to share a few words with all of you about our today's eminent speaker. We are truly honored to have amidst us a remarkable personality, Dr. Amrita Mondal, who will be gracing today's session as our esteemed speaker. Dr. Mondal has an illustrious academic background, having completed her Master's and PhD from the prestigious Jadavpur University. She joined the Department of Chemistry at Basanti Devi College in 2005, and since 2017 she has been serving as an associate professor. Her postdoctoral research experience at the Max Planck Institute for Bioinorganic Chemistry, Germany, speaks volumes about her academic excellence and international exposure. Her areas of specialization, ranging from complex compounds with vanadium, copper, iron, etc., to their spectroscopy, magnetic properties, and theoretical calculations, reflect her deep engagement with scientific innovation. She is actively involved with her students and plays a vital role in college administration. I am sure today's session will spark ideas, broaden perspectives, and inspires us to take meaningful steps towards a greener and more sustainable planet. Let's make this session interactive, impactful, and truly memorable. Now, I humbly request to our today's guest speaker to start her today's valuable lecture. Thank you all.
Thank you, Shorubhi. I hope I'm audible to everyone. And first, I would like to thank Mr. Ganesh Modakji for giving me this opportunity in the Modak Academy for this session. And very close to me, Juma. She is a family member, but she is the one who asked me to do this. So I'm really thankful to her. So, as uh, a little bit of introduction is already given, and I just want to go into the session. So, my topic is I'm just sharing my slide. Okay, so I hope you can all see it. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
okay, thank you so much. So, as you can see, my topic is on the based on two things. One is new innovations towards sustainable environment. So to understand this topic, we definitely have to understand what does actually these two words mean. I mean, sustainable environment and innovation. Definitely innovations, we have the idea, but what is the sustainable thing? So this word keeps on popping up now and then everywhere, and few things we know, few things we don't know. So I'll just elaborate few things to brush it up. So sustainable, in a very lucid way, I could say, when we are in a cycle, and like we can go back to the first place where we are started. So like something, nothing is wasted. It's like the environment. It in the environment, we the trees grow from the seeds, it goes big, and then it falls, it dies, and then it goes to the soil again, then it's like cycle. So it's a sustainable environment. So being human being, what we are doing is we are breaking this sustainable system, and we are making it non-sustainable, and in the process we are making things complicated. So to making it sustainable, we have to do this cycle once again, renew this cycle. So making it sustainable, we actually have to understand uh, how to do it. So when we come to the point how to do it, then the first thing we should understand, or first thing we should do, is this: follow this 4R rule. What is this 4R rule? It's very simple. We all can definitely do it in our everyday life. It's like refuse, reduce, reuse, and recycle. What is this refusal? We are not buying something that's what we don't need it, right? And many people do it. We just store it, keep it, we'll use it later. So this is one thing. Reduce. Reduce the amount of garbage generated in the everyday life. Reuse whatever you have it at home, and then recycle. So refuse, reduce, these are things that we have to do it personally. Reuse and recycle can be done with new innovations. So I'll talk to that part: reuse and recycle. So why this 4R management system is needed? So in this sustainable cycle, when you are doing this 4 R's, it's a cycle, and it's each step we have to be more cautious. We Each step is connected to the other. It's not that it's an isolated step. Every step is connected. So for sustainable environment, what we in ideal situation, what we'll do is no waste should be generated, no pollution should be done. But at this moment, we can never reach that ideal state. We are in a much more complex environment where definitely we will produce the waste. So the next thing question comes up: we cannot completely remove the waste, we will produce waste. Then what we have to do is we have to actually give away this waste. So giving away this waste, how? Giving away this waste, we can use it. So using the waste is what we have to know, how to use it properly. So in this, before using this waste, we have to understand what are the types of waste. So here it's a very basic thing. I guess we all know there are two types of waste. In general, what we do is that biodegradable waste, and the other is non-biodegradable waste. Biodegradable waste definitely comes from animals and plants and everything. And non-biodegradable waste are those which are not produced by the animal and plant waste, and definitely they cannot be put into nature. So biodegradable waste is definitely goes to the nature and soil, while non-biodegradable doesn't go. So while understanding this kind of waste, we have to do it from the house, from the home, from where we start. So for this whole thing to happen, the whole thing to go to a sustainable environment, each and every person in this planet has to do this. Otherwise, it can never work. So, um, my idea about this talk is not only informing everyone what is how to do it, but also if every person can do it, then it will be better, and we can go for a much cleaner environment. So, coming to the waste segregation, if I go, then now at this present moment, we are doing the segregation of waste in this two types. One is biodegradable and non biodegradable. Like we are stuck in this only two baskets. But if we say ideally, we can actually segregate the waste in much more longer or wider spectrum. I would say definitely in India it is not done in everyday life, but if you go abroad, definitely one of the most um highly segregated waste country is Sweden. They have actually 7 types of waste collection baskets which are available for each and every person. It's not that some company is collecting it, but for everyday life, they have given it. And it works. Anyway, for us, it is not working at this moment. Maybe we hope it should. So it's like different types of waste are, uh, we have to segregate before actually we could start our work for this sustainable environment. So actually, I have given it a much more broader spectrum, like the food waste, paper waste, plastic waste, glass and metal, medical waste, organic waste, agricultural waste. So we have, we can actually do it, and we can put it forward to recycle. So this is very important step. I'll skip that part. So coming to the how it can be done. So when we are generating the waste, now for sustainable environment we have to use it. How we can use it, that's the big damn question. So this big damn question can be answered by two things. Like there are two options, we could say, in a broad way. One is recycling and the other is called upcycling. I'm very sure recycling word every person have definitely gone through or understand. Upcycling is now an upcoming thing. And what actually we do in both these things. In recycling, what we do is we break the old materials to the to their very basic or primary thing from, I could say, from where it is made. Okay. So if we are talking about plastic, then we go to the plastic very crude form from where we start actually, like the sheaves or like pebbles or like very small uh, crushed parts from where we could start it, making it again. And what is upcycling? Upcycling is basically a process where it is not being shredded or ground down to the very basic level, but it is broken and then it is refurbished or repurposed to make a new thing. Like uh, people have like old clothes at home, so they cut and restage the things and make it in something new. So that is called refurbishing. So both these things we can do in our daily life, and we can use the waste, and we could go to that 4 hours or recycling process. So these, I could say, this is the platform how we can understand to do new innovations from the waste or from the pollution, whatever. So either we can do recycling or we can do upcycling. So this is the platform you start with. Now, coming to after making the platform, so coming to the few companies I would really like to discuss with you all. So I have categorized in this my present session 3 categories. One is like the Indian companies which make products from non-biodegradable wastes. Companies, Indian companies, which are making products from biodegradable waste, and also few companies which are upcycling. So I guess we all now have the idea of what is recycling, what is upcycling, how we can segregate the waste, and those wastes can be utilized. So there are many sectors which are still open, many types of different types of waste, biodegradable waste, non biodegradable waste, which are still not being used for recycling. So new innovations are welcome, and this is the area which is now the booming, which is now coming. So we all, like, I would definitely say this trash now is the treasure. So use the trash and make something that we can use it. So coming to the first company, I would say Carbon Craft. So let's see, let's know about Carbon Craft. So Craft is basically a Bangalore based company which was actually started by a few architects and engineers in 2016, not too long back, just 9 years back. What they did was something very unique. What they did is they collaborated with companies which produces carbon as their waste or as their byproducts. No one can ever think something like this, carbon, using the carbon. That's what they did. And like the companies like the tire pyrolysis company with the different factories who have carbon as a waste. And what they did is they did the physical and chemical property analysis of the carbon which they are getting as a byproduct or as a waste product. They processed it and they tried to make new products. So one product that is very unique, that is carbon tile. So here in the presentation, what you would see on the left hand side lower, you could see a very beautiful pattern, black and white and gray. This is a carbon tile, which is made from the carbon waste, and definitely with the help of other ingredients, cement and everything to make it usable. So I'll definitely go to a video where we will see how it is made. But before that, I want to say is that this carbon tile is almost equivalent to preventing one carbon tile is equivalent to preventing 5 kilos of CO2. And definitely it looks very unique. So let's go to see how it works. So I'll start a video. Um, just give me a moment. So at Carbon Craft Design, here what we see is that in the Carbon Craft, they are actually designing the different types of tiles, and they are doing the research and like how they are processing it. So here let me stop and say one more thing that I wanted to do is, see, there is one another company, Air Ink is one another company that is also based in Bangalore. So what they do is they take this carbon and make ink which we can actually use it to write. Oh, now coming back to the Carbon Craft once again. So this is how they mix the carbon with other ingredients, and they dough it, and then finally they make this tile. So let me show it how it looks. Um, so see, here are the patterns. What you can see, this is very innovative, very unique, and very different. So this is what we need actually. Okay, now coming back to the my presentation once again. I'm very sorry. So, so we saw a very unique kind of um, company which are making tiles. This is one another company that I really wanted to talk about. Eco Nature, Eco Kari. These are two different companies. So what they do is they all collect the plastic and they make their own furniture products. So how is it possible? So before we go into much details, I would like to tell you once again that the segregation, what we do in the very basic scale, that is very important. If we do the segregation properly, then we can actually make these products much more easily if the segregation is done from the home. So this is again, I'll just, yeah, okay. So this company actually is doing a very unique thing. It is making this kind of products. So
they would collect dry waste from rag pickers, industries, and shops and
so they
segregate
collect
it into
the
100 types
different
of
types of
recyclable
products,
products.
like the waste from
They'd then
the
sell
rack pickers,
these
and then
recyclable
they
products.
make different kinds of products.
They
And
decided to make a
finally,
product
uh,
launched
Eco Nature is the one company. They actually started molding the plastic beads to different kind of molded furnitures, and the unique thing is that they look so beautiful and so amazing. From this to those products, it's an amazing change what we can see. So again, this is going to this recycling thing, and I would say that this recycling process is the best thing that we can do, and for forwarding it to the uh, I would say the sustainable environment. There is one another big company, Banyan Nation. This is also helps for circular economy. This Banyan Nation is actually again, it has a very unique thing to do. It actually collaborates with big companies, and big companies they which produce the plastics. That is one again very important thing and very unique thing, and a lot of people not know that the companies now which actually package their products in plastics and which makes plastics also, they have one commitment, that is called EPR. What is EPR? It is extended producer responsibility. So EPR is an obligation from the companies which are making any of the products which are non biodegradable, or you can say definitely biodegradable also, that they have to do it so that they can carry it forward to making it a sustainable environment. So every company they have their EPR responsibility for their own products. So it goes from electronics devices to plastic devices to plastic materials to chemicals and everything. So it is now a very important thing in the company that is being added, and formally different sectors are working on this EPR thing. Um, I am at this moment I cannot explain much about EPR because the topic is completely different. So maybe you can read more about the EPR and try to understand it. So um, this is a video of like the Banyan Nation, what I was talking about. What they do is they collect like the different kinds of waste from different companies, and what they do is they extend their waste management system for their waste, and they make new things like recycle it to the companies which are actually making the new products. So this is kind of a middle section which is very important, and this is what we actually need now in every city to for the waste management system and to make our environment more cleaner and greener. Not only just segregating it, but after the segregation, giving that waste to the next person who will just use it. So that is very important, that not only just segregating it, but going to the next step. In this section, again, I would talk about one clothing line. So now you can understand we are talking about very different types of companies. One is like the carbon craft, the banyan tree. So this is Ecoline, which are talking about clothes. So pet bottles to clothes. This is one another very big change. The from cotton to this polystyrene kind of clothing, what we normally are using, that is sweat free. We are talking about, like, it doesn't take the sweat, and it has like a very broad and very big market for this kind of clothes, especially for the sports line and everywhere. Like, it's an amazing thing what people are doing it from that. So Ecoline is a company which is doing it. It is definitely, once again, a Indian company. I will show you. Okay. So this is a small video of Ecoline I would like to share. So here what you see is um, this plastics. From the plastic, they are making this fiber. These are the PET bottles. So they are first taking it, segregating it to different types of plastics, and then from there they are making this uh, fiber. And once the fiber is coming, they are actually making different kind of products, like, and many big companies like Adidas, like different kinds of shoes and other, they are actually using this company for their EPR activities. So what we see here is the material they are producing it. uh, Let me show you one. So this is K Shankar, who is the managing director of this Ecoline. Actually, it was previously known as Sri Ranga Polymers. So they launched this company, Ecoline. Uh, Let me come to this. So here we see different kind of products which are actually made from the plastic waste. Even um, these are marketed throughout the world, and it's a very, you can never understand that these are coming from the waste. So even this company has made a nice jacket for our prime minister that was very famous. So whatever, this is a very big company, and they are using um, this unique way of collecting the waste and making it like use for the uh, new innovations, like we can say. The next company I would like to talk about is Atero. So till now we were talking about clothing line and other kind of products. Now this Atero is the, I would say, the India's first biggest company which deal with electronic waste. So this electronic waste is again a very big problem. How? I would like to say that being definitely a professor in chemistry, that I have seen is in the electronic products, there are different types of harmful chemicals. Like it has mercury, it has arsenic, sometimes it has different kind of other uh, salts which are very harmful to our body, and they are collected by rat pickers, and then sometimes they injure themselves also by using, I mean, when they are segregating the waste. So Atero is a company which actually deals with that part, and they do it in a holistic way. So they take the waste, collect the waste, and then what they do is they segregate it in a non-harmful way for everyone. So this is how you can see that they collect the metals and they melt it and recycle it to make new products. So that is very important. Um, Here you can see the different processes. So they are now unfolding it, categorizing it into different sections, and then they are using it. So these are the companies which work behind the scenes, I would say, for our environment. And it is very important for us to understand and to actually, um, I wouldn't say help, I would say go hand in hand and try to do something in the similar way. So, till now, what we saw are the few companies which, in a very short time, I could elaborate about the waste and then how they segregate it and how they actually use it to make new things, new innovations. And these are all like Indian based companies. One thing I would definitely like to add, that I'm not associated with any of these companies, and this in this PPT whatever videos I'm using, it is only for the information. So it is easier for me to make everyone understand how it works. So nothing else. So this section I would like to talk about the Indian companies which make products from biodegradable waste. So I have already talked about what is biodegradable waste. It is, I mean, those are the waste which are, we get it from plant or animal, and they come from the nature and they go to the nature again. So they are very easy to decompose. So for during the segregation process, it is again one of the most important thing that we should know, that always segregate the biodegradable waste in a different bin and non biodegradable in a different. I would definitely want to give a very small example. I guess every household or one in every alternate household has this problem, and they do the same thing. Like everyone does puja at home, right? So I also do it. So we do it, the puja, and we use the flowers, and we buy it, we do the puja, And once it is done, once they are dried, we try to throw away. But the problem is, we don't throw away directly to the garbage bin because it is from the puja waste. So we don't want to throw it. So what we do it, we take the flowers in a plastic bag normally, the one time use plastic bag, and then we put the flowers inside and then try to throw it away in a pond or a nearby canal or in a river, or like dump it under the ground. That's what we do. This is very wrong. We have to understand that we are not separating the biodegradable waste, that is the flower, from the non biodegradable plastic waste. This plastic, actually, if we put it in the soil, it takes around 500 years to mix it completely. So that is completely a waste of our time and definitely polluting the environment by just putting the plastic. The best is put the flowers in a small pot every day, add some soil, and then definitely that's your house manure. Or put it in a flowering plant, it goes inside. So I would definitely request everyone, whoever is listening, to do this. These are the small steps we all actually can take for this sustainable environment. And at times, I can definitely say every step is important. It's not what the different big companies are doing. We, as like everyone, every single person can definitely be a part of it in their own way. So, coming back to my session, so this biodegradable waste I was talking about. So, this company, Fool, now it has become a very big company, it has boomed. What they did was very unique. They collected the floral waste from the different temples after the pujas, and then they first started making incense sticks. See how this cycle is used. Like, what the flowers are given to the deity, to the temple, now they are recycled again as an agarbatti. Again, they are used during the puja. So it was a very unique thing to do. It is, and now it's $1 million business. I would want to show the video here. Just be with me for a moment. Like, the YouTube has its own. So here, what you see is like
But now,
the flowers are being connected by the different local people. They are, again, they are shredded as per color, and they are mixed with different other items, and the incense sticks are made. See, it's a, if it's going for the cyclic economy, we are giving definitely employment to the many local people. Along with that, the pollution is not, it is like stopped, the water pollution, and definitely much cleaner environment. So this is win-win situation in all the ways, and we get it. So please try this. I have tried few of them, or whatever you feel like. So this, they have actually done their work quite extensively, and now from the incense sticks, they have extended their um, innovation to, I would say, um, holy colors. So initially, what I have seen is during the Holi, the colors what we used to get as gulal, they were like, the colors were like very, very, very harmful to our skin. So these companies started making the for the Holi, they made the gulals, which were actually from the flowers. So they were not irritant to the skin. They were completely biodegradable. They can be easily washed. So, like, this is the beauty of something which, when you go to the biodegradable system, so use it whatever it is biodegradable, and get a sense of it. Um, okay, till now it's the full company. Going to the next slide, I would just a minute. Um, okay, the next company is the EcoWare. EcoWare is again, it is also a company which has its unique features. So they actually collect the sugar cane waste from the backyard, that is the farmers waste, and what they do is they make the cutleries. These cutleries are made from bagasse, and it was like not made like, it's a very new company once again, and they are doing a very nice job, and let me show you in the ad is coming. So here you see is, um, she's the CEO of EcoWare, and they definitely go with this reuse, recycle, refurbish thing, where they make different kinds of products, tablewares, which are even microwave safe, and these products can be used for takeaways and everything. So where the plastics are mainly used, that can be reduced if we use these kind of takeaways or like packaging. So this is what is very important when and especially in this era where the online business is at boom and online ordering the food is the primary thing. Similarly, there are other different companies like Anandi Textiles. What they do is they also use different kinds of natural waste like the banana waste, aloe vera, natural hemp, to make different kind of natural threads and polymer organic cotton for making the clothing line. I saw another very nice company, that is Goodwill Tech. They make the pencils from the recycled paper and graphite. So this was very unique, very cute. Uh, Let me talk about this again. Another company, Iha Eco. This company, what it does is they collect this agri waste. So different kinds of agri waste they collect. Sometimes they are bamboo, sometimes the rice husk, sometimes coffee husk, and they mix with different kinds of other plastic and other sustainable materials, and they make this kind of tablewares, different types of, which can be microwave proof, which can be used for different cutleries and unique products. So this is how they are actually making different kinds of products, as you can see. Um, Now, so I have already talked about two types of products or innovations which come from this biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste. So the recycling part is done. So these are the different types where we are doing the recycling. The other category which I was talking about is the upcycling. Upcycling is what? It is actually the making a new thing from a old thing. So Sahas Zero Waste is one another company that is doing it. They actually recycle the post consumer waste and they upcycle to make it different products. Like what I said earlier, from old clothes to a bag. Or they actually, what they do is, it's very unique. I would really like to show it. They take the plastics, they collect it, and they categorize it to different sections where many women are they are working, and they are, after segregating, they give this to like different companies with who are working on this recycling processes. So that is very important. And the last company I would like to talk about is Recharkha. Recharkha is an eco social company. It's a social enterprise which has founded on a very basic belief that development can only be sustainable. And upcycling waste is one of the basic thing that we can do. So what they did is this, you can see a very unique lampshade, right? Can anyone say from what it is made? I'm very sure that no one can say it. This is actually made from wrappers, plastic wrappers, which we just throw it away. What they do is they get the plastic wrappers, they collect it from the different rag pickers, and by the use of charkha, they make a fiber of this plastic and weave it again to very unique products. So you will see it here. I can show you a very brief um, video. I'm very sorry. It's like, so this is how they are using the charkha, and they are spinning it from the plastic, and finally what they do is they stitch it and they make new products. I'll show you a few of the products here. So these are the products. You can see these are very, you can never understand these are made from the plastic wrappers. So this is very unique. uh, I also bought few of their products, so I'm using it. So it's a very unique collection. So coming to almost like at the end of my session, I would definitely want to say is, like, it's a very small time to actually go into all the uh, in depth of all these things, like how to do it, but it will definitely give you a basic idea about waste, about sustainable system, about the platform of recycling and upcycling, and how it is beneficial for a sustainable environment. So definitely, there is a few conclusion I would definitely like to make. Please use the reusable bags and containers. Try to pay your bills online, and definitely you can reduce, refuse, reuse, and recycle. These are the 4 R's that you all can use for a better future. References, I have used few of them, and definitely I would to thank you all again for listening. There has been a little bit of uh, delay due to the YouTube videos, but I'm sorry for that. I would really like to thank everyone for listening me.